Hello there, YouTube. You'll have to excuse the noise around. First of all, it's autumn. The acorns are falling. Beard, if you're watching this, cheers. I almost got one today. Second of all, there are people all around. In fact, no, there's a family right over there. I can almost see them through the trees. They're having a picnic and someone is coming up over there.
Здрасте.
Добрый день.
Погодка хорошая сегодня.
Чудесно.
Да-да-да.
Sorry about that. People are using whatever time they have, because that's probably the last warm weekend. Tomorrow's forecast is rain. Pouring rain. Please excuse the light that's behind me. I tried to film a video with facing the sun. I cannot do that, and I cannot find a decent shade to hide myself in. So that way you can at least see my face. Housekeeping. Smoking my Dagner Devil ends, long ends, sorry. This sweet acrylic stem. And in it I'm smoking Samuel Gawith Best Brown Flake. The sample I opened in the previous video. Tamping it with my mortar and bamboo tamper. So this, judging by the fact that I opened a sample, this should probably be a first impressions video, but that will come second. Right now I'm just gonna smoke it, get my initial thoughts on that. And say whatever I have to say in separate video. For now, I just wanted to, as usual, get a certain thing out of my, off my chest. Now, one of my previous videos was dedicated to my frustration with, cigarette smokers. So I think I was making an impression that I really hate them, and that's not really true. I basically don't give a shit about cigarette smokers. I have a mild frustration with them because instead of having an amazing hobby like the one we have, and cigar smokers have, and hookah smokers have, they instead basically chose to get themselves a nasty habit or even an addiction. So not exactly pity, but frustration. But our attitude towards smokers and people in general, I think that needs, that's an interesting topic, because I was thinking about this and came to the conclusion that kind of opened up in front of me the bigger picture. Haven't you noticed how precise our hatred has become, and frustration and irritation and all the negative emotions, how specific they became in recent years. It's gurgling, sorry. Haven't you noticed that, well, on the one hand, the world becomes extremely globalized, and everything is everyone and everything is multitasking. You know, I'm filming this video on a device that is both a phone, MP3 player, notebook, small tablet computer, and you name it, multitasking. But on the other hand, the market economy is very much geared towards specialized stuff, because the more specialized the stuff is, the more different objects person has to buy. So all this, commercial fads and hipsters and everything, it's very, very specialized. Special running shoes, special clothing for certain occasions, certain types of activities, let's put it that way. So everything is very, very specific. And our anger, frustration and hatred becomes specific as well. Take a look at Twitter. Well, the primary source of negative emotions in my life. The only outcome of any argument on Twitter or on the Facebook comments or something like that. Trying to move away from the sun, sorry. So the only outcome is people are trying to stick a tag on a person. You are sexist, you are racist, you are a gun nut, you are a Nazi. And that's basically, to people on the internet, that's an easy victory. Look at me, I stack a label on you, I win. It's quite an easy thing to do, but it leads to us hating not people on case by case basis, but hating sort of relying on a pinpoint, a tag, in order for us to hate something. Hooray indeed. We hate this one because he's a racist. We hate this one because he is, sexist. We hate another one because he's a drinker. We hate this one because he's a smoker. And let's get an example first. You know what? Say you're at the bus stop and there's a guy smoking a cigarette, and the smoke is pouring from him, covering everyone, you, your friends, mom with little kids standing next to you, and you are very, very frustrated with the guy. There's a fly sitting on the phone. So you are very frustrated with the guy, and you say, and natural reaction nowadays is, he is a smoker, and that's the problem, he's smoking on us. We'll all get cancer, we'll die. And that leads to a, answer. We ban smoking from public places. That way he won't be smoking on our bus stop, and we won't get smoke all over us. But the problem is not the smoking. The problem is the person. He's not a smoker. First and foremost, he is a douchebag, a bad person. And on top of that, he is a smoker. He happens to be a smoker. So by banning smoking, in this particular case, we are trying to get rid of a symptom instead of an illness. Because, let's face it, douchebags are multitasking as well. If he's not smoking on you, he's blasting the music on his phone, annoying everyone. Or he's having a heated argument with someone, using profane language on his phone, irritating everyone. Or he's someone, smelling of liquor on the subway. He is someone driving recklessly on the highway. And you cannot ban all that, and ban is the wrong answer. And we are seeing this, curing of symptoms as a solution. We'll fight racism, we'll fight sexism, we'll fight smoking, we'll fight, drinking, we'll fight reckless driving. In the end, all of this, we're fighting douchebags, we're fighting bad people. Or more specifically, people who do not think about others. Because my first thought when I'm firing up a pipe is anyone near? Am I irritating anyone? Am I bothering anyone? And if I have a cigarette instead of a pipe, I'll have the same question. Do I pose? Am I being an asshole doing this? So maybe instead of, trying to battle the symptoms with, almost lethal force, prohibiting this, prohibiting that, banning this, banning that, I'm feeling great about that. We issued a prohibition that'll teach them, feel good feeling. We did something. No, you didn't. You're just curing the symptom. You're not doing anything about the illness. That person is still doesn't think shit about the others. He's gonna be a problem one way or another. So it all boils down to, I don't know, education, social work, being good towards each other, basically. And prohibition won't solve a thing. It will just alienate people. It will divide people. It will make us seek more symptoms, try to prohibit more symptoms. And well, the division is the thing I fear the most. Because we already have, certain division. Those guys are battling racism, those guys are battling sexism, those guys are battling smoking, those guys are battling drinking, those guys are battling, child abuse. And although all of them feel very good about themselves and all of them think they're doing their part, in reality they're just fighting a symptom of a greater illness that is affecting the society. So, my advice to myself and others will be judge people on case-by-case basis, I guess. Think about what you can do to make the world a better place, I guess. Think about not losing your own humanity while fighting. For something. I think I'll cut it short, 17 minutes already. And I think I've formed a little bit of an opinion on the tobacco, so I'll cut this video and go to the next one. Probably realign the camera yet again, because there's a flare over there, isn't it? Yeah. I know it. Here's today's ramble for you. Thanks a lot for dropping by. I'll be back real soon with another one of my videos. In the meantime, see you people. Bye. Don't be a douchebag and fight the douchebaggery when you see it. The big picture. See you people. Bye.